the resources and that were really prioritized by Congress.
Since 2022, the program's awarded $420 million to rural communities to reduce fire danger around homes and neighborhoods and implement their own defense projects. But since President Trump announced a federal funding freeze, the program is in limbo, which polls says will hurt as fire season ramps up.
And they need the resources now. Wildfires won't wait.
For the Daily Yonder and Public News Service, I'm Roz Brown. For more rural stories, visit dailyyonder.com.
Do you have sound?
We are live.
No, not over here.
Here's the horse.
All right,
Of course.
now. Come on, boy. Yeah.
Boy, some mornings it's so hard to get up on that horse.
I know, right?
Get up on this big horse.
That's what the ladders are for.
Yeah.
Exactly, step ladders.
Good morning, everybody. It's your KCHW Morning Show. It is Wednesday, March 5th. Do you believe that? We are here, of course, with the ever-lovely Sharon Ludwig and Paula Randall. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How are you guys doing today?
Good. It was cold.
Yeah, it was.
Are you about to tell me we're not streaming?
We're streaming.
Yeah, no, I just finally got on.
Sharon had a concerned look on her face.
Yeah.
We be streaming.
So good morning. How are you guys today? I just asked that, didn't I?
You did.
Yes, it was cold out there, and I was so glad I had a garage so I didn't have to scrape windows.
Right?
I know, right? I was worried I was going to lose my door seal on my car this morning. It was frozen shut.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Either lose the seal or break the door handle off trying to crank that door handle
Yeah.
open.
Right? I'm trying to share links to our radio right now. But
Okay.
we were I went
almost had
to
to walk.
open my window and it was like iced shut. I was like, "What?" And then I looked and said it was 27. So I'm like, "Oh, that would
See,
be why."
Yeah, I when it gets cold like that, I don't open the windows because once I opened a window and the glass went off the track, and I had to go
Oh,
for several
no.
days with no window in
Oh,
the driver's
no.
side till I could get into the shop and they could fix it. You know.
You were like ghetto. You were
Yeah,
like
yeah. So
Ghetto fabulous. Ghetto fabulous.
So, and this is the same car, so if it's cold, I pull up to the mailbox, open the door, get out, go check my mailbox. Yeah.
That makes sense. I didn't even think about it. I didn't think it was that cold this morning. And so, yeah, I went to just open my window so I could move my mirror a little bit, and it went, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, mine didn't do anything, so I held the button for just a second, and then it went pop, and I was like, oh no, I thought I broke my window for a second.
Yeah, exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, but we've had beautiful sun, and you know what I'm loving? Oh my
What's that?
gosh, I love this community. Everybody is at the park. I
Oh, yes.
love it.
This morning?
Kara is back, and she's playing with her ladies with their double tennis racket things, and the kids are there playing basketball.
Not this
and-
morning. It was yesterday afternoon.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
beautiful days,
you were really
yes.
confused me. A double tennis racket thing? What?
Yes. So Kara, a lovely lady here in town, I love her.
Mm-hmm.
She's so cool. She does like physical therapy with some ladies, and so they do double-handed tennis on the basketball courts. And so they have a tennis racket in each hand, and it's a coordination exercise. And so she hits a ball to them, and then they hit the ball back, and they use, they
Okay,
they
so
have a hand.
Okay.
Where's the basketball court that
The
you're
basketball court at Central Park, Triangle Park.
Oh, okay, because
Yeah, usually
my
when-
mind went to the big park. You
Yeah,
know?
when you say the park, I immediately think of the big
No,
park.
everybody comes to Central Park. Everybody comes to Triangle
Ah,
Park.
yeah.
Because that's the coolest park. It's got the little play area for the kids, and so we've got little kids and their moms and,
And
their
besides, it's
strollers.
across the street from where Paula lives.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
So of course it's the coolest park. But I love it. I just love it. I love seeing how the park is used. It's so cool, and everybody's enjoying the sun, and the walkers are out again. Have you noticed the walkers have been out?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
the diehards have been out all winter.
Yeah, they have.
But now we've got, well, yesterday or the day before, I saw some guy out in shorts, and I'm going, it's
Right?
a little early for that, buddy.
Yeah, they were
You know,
playing. Yeah.
In 10 minutes, it's going to be coat weather again.
I'm not hardcore enough to walk in the winter. I won't do it.
Yeah.
Right?
I know people that ride their bike in the winter. Once it gets like that, like late fall when the air gets a little crisp, I'm like, nope, putting the
No.
bike up.
Yeah.
Too cold.
Yep, too cold. They were at the basketball court. They were playing shirts and skins, and I'm like, oh, you guys, you're working because I mean, otherwise it's too cold for you not to be wearing a shirt right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
That is wild.
Yeah, because the sweat's gonna freeze on your body.
Right? Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, kids. What can you say?
Oh yeah, I had a few of them, and they didn't wear coats, and I had one who wore shorts, all year round.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Well, really quick before we get going here, I just want to let everyone know this Saturday I'm going to kick the show off with it. This Saturday we are
Yes.
celebrating our 14th birthday.
Yes.
We have a whole day of activities planned. We're going to start things off at 10 a.m. with a free pancake breakfast. This is for the entire community. Everybody's
Yes.
welcome. We want to invite everyone in. You can see some of the stuff we've been working on here. Hopefully we'll get it cleaned up and ready in time, which later we might talk about a call for volunteers.
Yes, please.
But-
Volunteers.
But
yes.
but yeah, so at this breakfast you can sign up to be a volunteer. You can get your membership. You can just come out and hang out and have some free pancakes, sausage, and coffee.
It's going to be so good.
Yeah, it'll
And
be a
we
good
have
time.
a wonderful
So-
musician coming.
And
Yeah.
who's cooking? I want to know who's cooking.
We have myself,
Okay.
and we have, what is wrong with me? I know her very well.
Catherine?
Margie Walters is going to
Oh
be cooking.
yeah. Okay.
This time of the morning, that part of my brain that recollects names
Oh
Right.
yeah, that happens
It's
to
just
me
like,
24/7.
gone. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It could be my own child, and I would be like, "What was
Hey,
your name
you.
again?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
over there, whatever. And I'll
Yeah.
call her I'll call my kids like the dog's name or
Oh
something.
yeah.
You know,
The dog gets called the kid's name.
Yeah.
I don't
Yep.
forget the dog's name.
Oh, I do. Yeah. I called Rocky Blackie the other day, and we've never had a dog named Blackie.
That's interesting.
Okay.
But Gino
I'm worried
grew
about
up
ya.
with black dogs, and his dad always named him Blackie. They had like 3 Blackies while he was growing
Oh,
up.
funny.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I looked at him and called him Blackie. Well, he's
That
a
is
black dog. But,
hysterical.
But yeah, we do have later that evening.
Okay.
I'm really excited about it. We've got a really, really great show coming up. All of our shows are great.
Yes,
I
they
just
are.
got to say that, but this one I'm really excited about. We have Nathan Chartre is going to be kicking things off. He's going to be starting at 6 p.m. The doors open at 5:30. Really wonderful musician from right here in Chihuahua. He grew up here. I believe he went away for a little while, did some traveling, went to school, came back, and we've got him opening up.
It's going to be awesome.
A phenomenal musician. And then, speaking of phenomenal musicians, we have Nate Ostrander as our main act this time around. If you guys missed him during Winterfest, his band Karma Circle headlined Winterfest, which most people did miss it because it was very, very
So
cold. And they didn't even get a chance to play their whole set. It was just so cold, and everyone had left, so we just kind of shut things down.
Yeah.
And the poor guys, we had
Yeah.
2 heaters for the stage tent. One of them wasn't working. Their fingers were freezing to their
frozen, yeah.
instruments. What was it? It was in the low teens, almost
Yeah,
single
it was
digits.
Super cold.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, and they're out there trying to play with sensitive instruments on a cold stage. So
Yeah.
So where do I get a ticket if I want to come to this show?
you can get your tickets online at
Okay.
at our KCHW radio Facebook page, kchw.org. Any of the posters around town, you just there's a QR code. If you've never used the QR code or if you're unfamiliar, literally you open the phone on your camera, you point it at that QR code, and a link will pop up, and you take your finger and you click that link, and it'll take you right to the place to buy the tickets.
Can you
Uh-huh.
buy tickets here at the radio station
Uh,
the night of?
That night?
oh yes, sorry, yes. I was like before. Well, if I'm here, you might be able to catch me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, you can get your tickets at the door. We would prefer you get them ahead of time, but if you need to get them at the door, that's fine. Well, that'll be allowed. But if the seats are full, then we might have to turn people away.
Yeah.
And they're also available at Valley Drug Company and Acres United Drug.
Oh, good.
okay.
So, yeah,
Good.
yeah.
So the regular local outlets.
Yeah, yep, the regular
Nice.
outlets and online. So that show's gonna be really great. The after party, of course, one of our sponsors for the show is Andy Sandwich and Sports. So afterwards, everyone can join us and the musicians there for libations and some food. And then we've got Yeah, I want to thank our sponsors for this show. Again, Andy Sandwich and Sports and the Chihuahua Independent for helping us out with all the beautiful posters and the printing and
Nice.
all the
Nice.
stuff they do for us.
Nice.
So thank you guys for that. And thank you guys all for listening. And really, really would love to see you here. This is, again, a celebration of our birthday. If you've never been to a show here before, you're going to want to see this one.
You're going to love it. Chuck
Yeah.
has been working so hard. It's looking so neat.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really, really impressed. You've been you must live here now.
You don't know
if you
about
ask my
the
wife.
secret bunk bedroom?
I know, right?
No,
I know.
there's the big sectional couch there. If I stay here too much longer, my wife will kick me out, and this will be my home.
No,
No, I shouldn't say that out loud. I
No, but
shouldn't.
the painting looks great, and the lights. I love the new lights that you've got going on, and you've just been working really hard, and it shows. And it's
Oh, thank you.
You've made the stage a real performing area.
Thank
so
you,
I'm
thank you.
It does look
super
very
excited,
nice.
right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we've been trying really hard to turn it from a sort of an office space in the corner where people play music, and now it really feels like a stage.
It really feels like
Yeah.
a stage.
So-
I'm very excited. So
And
I
you
have
know-
to make sure to get my tickets.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Scott made me a really great canvas to work with.
Well, that's what
So-
I was going to say.
Yeah.
You can't just start wonderful. You
No,
start
no,
where you
no.
are, and you keep building and building, and it stays wonderful while you're going. But you should be able to build on it, and you've really built on it.
Oh, thank you.
Because I remember when they were first putting the carpet up in here, and when they were first putting those walls over there. You know, it was
Oh, I've got some great pictures of it.
yeah,
And-
yeah,
Thank you again to Scott for building this place up from
Yeah.
from literally nothing.
right.
So yeah.
We should have a gallery of the changes.
Oh yeah, I will. I need to put something together. Well, Scott and community celebrations, integral in getting the radio station up and going. Couldn't have done it without you
we
guys too.
supported
So
him. Yeah,
yeah.
community celebrations did.
so yeah, just a week of celebrating our birthday and where we came from and who we are and
And it's so important to know where you've come from,
Exactly.
so that you know where
Exactly.
you're going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
exactly and thank you to our board for everything they do and
Yeah,
yeah, just and our listeners, of course, obviously.
Yeah.
Our
You know, it would be-
listeners, our sponsors, our members.
Right? You know what would be awesome to have for this
What's that?
celebration?
What's that?
Merch.
I know. We're talking about it. We're not going to have any for this weekend, but we're talking about getting something maybe for going for to have with us during the marketplace.
Oh, good. That would be
So, yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
That would be awesome.
well,
Maybe-
and some people are really into buying that stuff, and some people aren't.
I know, but I just think it representing and having, I know for the festivals that we do, having a shirt that says that Northern Lights Radio or
You're
having my
really
chairs.
quiet. I think you're talking to the wrong side of the microphone.
Am I talking to the wrong side of the microphone?
You are. I think you need to flip that microphone around. Just in the holder. Just spin it.
Just spin it. I'm afraid to tell you.
I've got your volume down. Go ahead and spin it. No, just there's two little pinchy things on the sides. Yeah, there's like a pinchy clamp. No, you're almost there. It's these right here. See these? Yeah, pinch that and then spin the microphone. There you go.
It's not spinning.
We're giving directions here live on the air.
Is that better?
All right, let's try it now. Give it a check.
Is that better?
That's
Oh,
much better.
now
Thank
I
you,
can
thank you,
hear
thank you,
ya.
thank you. All right.
Okay. Sorry, world.
Yeah, I was going to say not to get too technical and stuff on the air here, but being a nonprofit and dealing with selling merchandise opens up a whole new can of worms. Not so much because we're a federally tax exempt. We're a 501c3.
Right.
But state taxes are not exempt, no
That's
matter
right. You
no
have
matter
to
if you're a
report.
nonprofit or not.
You have to
so,
report all that.
so we have to get our structure in place and everything and figure out if it's worth it to if we're going to make enough money selling merch to worry about having to pay the accountant the extra money to keep track of it, having to. So we're doing a feasibility study, as they call it right now. So
Gotcha. Well, that makes sense.
yeah. So
That
we're
makes
looking into it,
sense.
but we would love to get some merch out. It's been a topic of conversation for a long time, and we're just trying to figure out where to how to make it happen.
Well, I'm super excited about the celebration this weekend. I'm super stoked. Seeing Nate Ostrander on Winterfest was just amazing, so I'm excited to see him.
He's amazing.
I'm excited to see so many of our local musicians are just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Just amazing. So it's going to be an amazing night. So I'm super, super excited.
I am too. I am
Yay.
too. Looking forward to it. We got a lot of work to get this place whipped into shape by then.
I know, I
I'm
was
still
looking
working
at
on
that.
stuff. I don't have my lights up yet. So anyway,
Whoa, and time is ticking
it
away.
is. Let's get on with the show.
What
Yes.
about birthdays? Do we have any?
No, we haven't done our weather.
We haven't even done the
our
weather yet.
Yeah,
Weather?
49 degrees.
is
Where
wrong with
are
us?
we? What is happening
I
to
know,
us?
right? It's like
I'm
a
Oh my
time warp.
goodness.
Well, we got started a little bit late too. We had as happens, we had a little technical glitch, so I ran an extra news story, but here we are. All right, so on our weather and mountain condition report, of course, this is brought to you by 49 Degrees North Mountain Resort. We have a high today of 49 degrees with a mix of clouds and sun.
49?
49,
I know.
yeah.
That is almost 50.
I know.
I know, right? Well,
Whoa.
wait until we get later in the week.
And then tomorrow.
Whoa.
Yeah, with 30 degrees overnight with clear skies. 52 and 29 tomorrow with sunny skies. Sun's coming out.
Nice.
It's going to be a nice day to go out and maybe get some yard work done or something.
Don't rake the leaves yet. You
Don't rake the leaves.
Don't rake the leaves yet until the dandelions start blooming, because that is the bees and other pollinators' first source of food. So right now they're still hibernating underneath the leaves.
But what if I need to get the 3 years worth of weeds out of my garden so I can get the garden ready to plant?
Yeah, you should probably rake that.
Yeah, yeah.
Or just start building your garden on top of that, because the leaves make a great compost.
That's right.
And so you put down the leaves, and then you put down some straw, and then you put down, so
and
you
you can put layers of cardboard
Exactly.
in there too if you don't want the weeds to keep growing.
That sounds like
through.
that's going to take about 20 times more time than I have.
No, it's quick.
no,
It's
it's
actually
called-
faster because you're not
yeah.
weeding.
It's called lasagna gardening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've done it before. That's how I got my garden started in the first place. But it's been many years ago now. So
Just saying. Okay, we're on Friday.
Okay, Friday. Friday's another good day to get out and do something. The high of 52 degrees, 32 overnight with partly cloudy skies. Then clouds are coming back on Saturday with a high of 53, then 35 for our low. Clouds are continuing on Sunday with a high of 57 and 38 degrees for that overnight low.
Wow.
Cloudy skies again. It's going to be a gray weekend. And Monday, 52 and 33. Then on Tuesday, we have 49 for the high, 35 overnight with a mix of rain and snow showers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mostly in the morning, it looks like. But that is
No, in the
continuing
evening.
throughout the day. Yeah, morning and evening. So a mix of snow at those temperatures, that'll probably melt the second it hits the ground.
Second, won't
Yeah.
even,
If it even stays snow. They might get some snow up in the mountain, though.
Right.
which is awesome. Yep.
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 Speaking of, let's go ahead and move up to the top of the mountain. We have 61 inches currently at the base of the mountain. We've had 1 inch of new snow in the last 12 hours. 2 inches of snow in the last 12 hours at the summit for a total snow depth of 156 inches. Current temperature at the base is 27 with 0 to 5 mile an hour winds. Good visibility, sunny skies right now, just like the rest of town. Up at the summit, we have a temperature of 23 degrees, 7 to 11 miles an hour, a little breezy, with some fair visibility and sunny skies.
Looks like that inversion has gone away.
Yeah,
Because
it's been kind of coming and going. Been kind of watching it every day.
Right?
Yeah. Surface conditions are listed as groomed with new snow. 90 trails are open. 33 have been groomed. For more information about those weather conditions or events happening at 49 Degrees North Mountain Resort, you can visit ski49n.com.
You know, an interesting thing is that 156 inches is, 13 feet. That's a lot of snow.
Stay on
lot
the
of
trail. Stay on the
Yeah, and then it makes me wonder how much has melted and how much snow they've really had,
Right.
through the winter. And so all of that really affects our snowpack because then it melts down into the,
Oh, yeah.
the
Scott,
aquifer and everything.
Scott once told me a story of one winter he was going up to the mountain there where our tower is. And luckily he was with another crew of people because they were going up on snowmobiles.
Snowmobiles? Yeah.
I have a hard time. It's my Alaska self. I have a hard time. We call them snow machines up there.
Oh.
Um,
You
so-
can call them that down here.
yeah.
too.
So most people are like a machine that makes snow. Like no,
Yeah.
a sled. Yeah. So snowmobile. He stepped off of that snowmobile, and got off the trail and whoop, went in over his head over the snow.
Oh
Oh
my
my
goodness.
gosh.
Oops. And luckily there was someone there that was able to pull him out because he
Oh
couldn't.
my.
Once you get in that deep with the snow,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't move.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can't go anywhere. The more you try to dig, you just end
Yeah.
up deeper in the snow.
I did that to my husband this weekend.
You buried him in snow.
I did unintentionally. One leg.
Sure,
Well,
sure.
we went up to Flowery Trail to go on the trail to see if the trail was accessible yet.
Uh-huh.
Because it was so sunny and warm over the weekend. And I'm like, well, let's see how far the snow is, where it starts. So we drove up Flowery Trail to the Flowery Trail, right? And of course, it was snow banked in. and Daniel and Xander wanted to see if it was actually, packed or if it was, if it was actual snow.
Mm-hmm.
So I sensibly stayed in front of the vehicle and I sent my family off. And Daniel took one step on that snow and went all the way up to his thigh. I mean, he was stuck. He's like, honey, can you get me out? And I'm like, well, no, but I bet you can just lie back, just roll out of the hole. So he had to do that, but I was laughing. I was not a very supportive wife. It was just, he was very graceful though.
Were you in your 4-wheel drive? Did you have a rope?
No, because we were in Eve. We were in our electric car, and one step. He took off the hard packed stuff, right? That the snowmobile has been shoving.
Mm-hmm.
One step off of that into the snow and went whoop. And we could see trails that people had been walking, and I'm like, oh, those kind of look like snowshoes. I bet they had snowshoes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's generally how that works.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have snowshoes yet, my poor honey. And then Xander was like, here, Dad, I'll come and help you. And so he starts running over, and then he goes frump. So, yeah.
I saw a cool picture the other day. It was an old vintagey picture from probably back in the early 1900s, maybe late 1800s, where a group of people they were snowshoers, but they didn't have or could afford snowshoers. But what they had were tennis rackets.
Ooh.
And they were like the old tennis rackets that looked like they were strung with some kind of leather.
Yeah, the twine, like the
Yeah.
catgut or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like it had been swollen and stuff. Looked like it might have been some catgut or something, and kind of unraveling. But yeah, they used old wooden tennis rackets for
Awesome. Hey,
And
whatever
for
works.
snowshoeing.
Must have strapped them on their feet or something.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And
Interesting.
went going. Yeah, I've always wondered. I remember thinking of doing that as a kid, but my parents would have killed me if I'd have
Use a tennis racket.
use their tennis racket or their racquetball racket or something. Yep. All right, so on our 49, or this isn't 49 degrees
No,
north. This
it's our
is
Lions
our
Club
Chewelah
birthdays.
Valley Lions Club birthday calendar. Today, with birthdays, it's also Ash Wednesday. I didn't know that. I see that just now. We have Kevin Shaylock, and
Shellac.
what's that?
Shellac.
Kevin
Shaylock?
Shaylock. Oh, I'm sorry. How many times have I said their
We
name?
should just
last
hand the
name wrong?
calendar to Sharon because she
No.
knows
Right,
everybody.
right.
No, I don't.
And it says right here, we are celebrating our birthday on the 8th, but it says right here, KCHW.
Nice.
Yep. Today was the day 14 years ago. This isn't the date the paperwork got signed and everything. This is the day, the actual day, the flip got switched on,
Oh,
Nice.
and KCHW
nice.
went live on the air 14 years ago today.
Wow. Oh my gosh, it's the same.
So-
So Alexander. Okay, ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Happy birthday. Happy day. Happy birthday. Yay.
Hey! Sharon, you never joined in with that.
I don't.
Come on, Sharon.
All right, we have breakfast and we have lunches at the school here,
Mhm,
and they have new menus. They have their green shamrocks up here. So for Wednesday, we of course have our rotating breakfast sandwiches with fruit or juice. They can also have a fruit breakfast parfait with granola, fruit or juice. They can have a variety of cereal with a cheese stick or yogurt with fruit or juice. Or they can have bread or muffin with a cheese stick or yogurt with fruit or juice. And of course, milk is offered as well. I'm going off of memory here. This is a really cool calendar, but you can't read it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love the effort they put into it.
I do
They
too.
always
I
have
love it.
beautiful graphics, but
Right?
maybe someone should have a discussion with them about
Backlighting something.
yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe reducing the opaqueness of the transparency of
Something. And then for lunch, the kids are getting, it's this one, right?
Yep. Says the 5th.
Yeah.
The
Says the fifth. I had to look up really close.
Hysterical. Sharon and I are both like, what does that say? So they're having pot stickers for lunch with rice and fruit and vegetables, and they can also have milk. So yeah, good menus today.
outstanding. That reminds me, I forgot to bring my lunch today. Dang it!
Oh no. You
I
have
had
to
a
go
good one.
home anyway though, because I have a book that you were supposed to take home.
And it's still sitting over there.
I see that. Yes.
Yep. I forgot to bring it home yesterday. Well, and
Dun,
Monday
dun,
apparently too.
Done.
Because yesterday was Tuesday. Today's Wednesday already.
It's going by
That
so
is
fast.
right. Yeah,
Oh,
that is-
man.
you are right.
Well-
Actually, you know what today is?
What is today?
Today is Daniel's and my anniversary.
Happy
Oh,
anniversary.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. I don't know why it's not on the calendar. It should be on the calendar.
Mm.
But yes. So we, Xander, so 15 years ago, we got married at the name of the park totally just escaped. Gasworks Park in Seattle on the Mound.
Oh,
And our friend, the arch druid of North America, married us on top of the mound. It was awesome.
nice.
We spent the
Nice.
day downtown. I just got whatever flowers were at the market, the Pike's Place Market.
Mm-hmm.
Walked over to Macy's and they did a free facial makeup thing. So testing the makeup, right?
Oh, nice.
Daniel and Xander hunted around and ended up getting a purple ribbon from Nordstrom's to wrap the flowers. And then our witnesses picked up sticks at the park that had blown down, and that's what their bouquets were. And it ended up being really, really beautiful and really sweet. And the
Nice.
sky had been raining, and it opened up to a beautiful sunny day, right
Nice.
like 30 minutes before we started the ceremony.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, it was awesome.
what was the name of the park again?
Gasworks Park.
I know your husband. I'm guessing there were some jokes that day about the Gasworks Park. Is
No,
that-
it's a really beautiful
Okay,
park
okay.
because it overlooks downtown Seattle, and it's what is the name of that lake on the the north side of Seattle?
Is it like Washington?
No,
Because Washington's over there.
yeah, that's behind. My brain is off, so somebody's gonna have to tell me. But it's a beautiful view. You can see the Fremont Bridge, and you can see downtown Seattle, and
And isn't maybe my mind's not right, but isn't Gasworks? Didn't they not reconstruct, but they saved what had
Yes.
been like an industrial area, and they
Yes.
turned it into a park.
yeah, and it's almost like an artwork. It's like
Yeah.
industrial artwork now.
Yeah.
So it's a really, really neat park. It's beautiful, and then the mound is this circular. It's this mound, and they've got a circular walk that you go and you get to the top, and they have some beautiful indigenous art in the center of the mound
Yeah.
that has the directions and some cool history. And
Huh.
so we walked
cool.
it up, and we walked the circle of the mound, and that's how we got married.
Nice.
Isn't that
Nice.
fun?
Nice. Well, happy anniversary.
Thank you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, let's go ahead and get on with the event calendar. What do we got going on,
Okay,
Sharon?
well, we've got a lot of ordinary. They're not
Ordinary.
Wow.
Oh, that's a terrible choice of words.
Wow.
A lot of the things that are regular happenings, which we all like regular things, but we
Yes.
like the special ones too. But
No, she's just digging herself out of the hole.
I
Sharon.
am. I'm trying. And it's a snowbank, and I'm going in deeper and deeper and trying to swim. So today, of course, we have pickleball from 9 to 11:30 over at the old middle school. And once it gets warm enough, they will be up at the golf course. But
Yep.
we'll hopefully
not,
let you know.
not
then.
quite there yet.
Not there yet. No. And tonight we have bingo at Fired Up Pizza from 6 to 7. And if you really want some excitement, tonight is City Council at 6:30.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Bring your popcorn, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Yeah. Be prepared for a show.
There have been some exciting ones recently.
Yeah.
I don't know if exciting is the right word.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah,
We'll call it that.
Okay.
Spirited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
That's what we tell my kids when they're like, you guys stop yelling at each other. We said we're not yelling, we're not arguing, we're having a spirited debate.
Aha.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Tomorrow is Thursday, March 6th, and we have all kinds of things happening, entertaining things. Over at Oasis, we have karaoke with DJ JD. That's from 8:30 to 11:30 in the evening. But before that, you could go and do, we think, line dancing at the Senior Center from 2:30 to 4:30. It's also the first Thursday, so at Chewelah Valley Springdale Senior Club meeting in Valley from 10 to 3. Is that still happening?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Because for a while they weren't, right? It doesn't matter.
No, that one's always been going on.
Okay.
Although I did not see that one on the calendar this week. So
Ooh. Okay. Well,
maybe
you may want to call,
yeah,
but I don't know who to call.
that's where they have it later this month on the
On the
20th.
Okay.
But yeah, it should be this week.
yeah.
Because it's
It's-
first
it's
and
the-
third.
Yeah, it's the first and third Thursday every month. Yeah, I would call them because usually it's there, but I don't see it on the calendar that particular day.
Okay. It's also first Thursday art walk.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is that's a good experience. You want to go out and walk and see the art that's around town. We have art at the Yale Press, art at Mountain Market, art at you guys's.
Yeah, I'm not sure who all.
is doing art this time.
Yeah, the creative district's not. We're going to start next month. We have the recycled art show that we're going to do for the first Thursday Art Walk next month.
Okay, because I saw some advertising on yours doing things. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're.
But you just wander around town and
Yeah.
see what there is to see.
Yeah.
And go into the gallery and see the amazing art that there's in there. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, so the Winterfest show is continuing at the Trails and Gallery.
Right.
They have 43 artists, 89 works of art there. You can still see the winners. And you can there's still time to vote for the People's Choice Award.
People's Choice Award, yeah.
Up until just before 7 p.m., where we will pull those names. Tim's going to pull those and count them up and tally all the numbers in the back, and then myself and Nandis are going to be given the presentation,
Oh, cool.
Nice.
and then giving a little discussion of what to expect for the upcoming recycled art show.
Yeah. And even
Nice.
if you've been in to see that, with 89 pieces of art and 40-some artists,
Yeah, there's
there-
always something
there's
new.
always something, and you missed it the last time. You're going, how did I miss this? Did they put it in? No. You just, there's not time to really study everything.
I went in the first night and I ended up staring at one painting the whole night.
Yeah.
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 So me and like 4 people, there was just this one painting. We just
Yeah.
kept staring at it and finding all the things in it.
It's
Yeah.
amazing to have
Yeah.
the quality in
Yeah.
Chihuahua.
It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm not going to say what that painting was, but that one got my vote for the People's Choice Award.
I was
Not-
going to say, there were 2. I voted for 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because I thought it was the best, but it
It's
held
the
my
one that-
interest.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And-
it
and-
makes a difference.
And the whole time, like, that was the one that everybody kept going to all night. And we're
yeah.
drawn to it because it
Yeah.
was interesting. Yeah.
Also on Thursday is the first Thursday has Craig and DeBratz at Fired Up Pizza from 5:30 to 7:30. So you can do things in downtown Chihuahua. You can just hop from place to place, and you can do different things all evening, all afternoon and evening. It's exciting. It's exciting to have the nightlife.
And then Thursday is also
We
when
like
the
the
food bank
boogie.
is open.
What's that?
Thursday is food bank.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So the food bank is currently looking for donations. So if you have some food that you can donate to the food bank, they're doing a food drive right now. So please take it down. They desperately need donations. They had a poster up. Let me pull that up.
And look at your expiration dates.
Yeah.
Don't just give them food that's been expired.
If-
That's not right.
If it's expired, they can't. They're just
They
going to
can't
throw
take
it away.
Yeah.
Exactly,
so-
and they don't need the garbage bill,
Right.
to pay for that.
And-
So
And you know what? When a big thing, and I remember this a lot as kids. You'd clean out the closet and bring all the stuff that you would never in a million years eat.
Yeah.
If you don't need it,
Don't donate it.
There's some things. But if
Yeah.
there's only so many cans of lima beans that you can donate before
Yeah.
it's just going to
Yeah.
stock up and they're never going to give it away. So
So they say the Chihuahua Food Bank urgently needs your donation of pantry, stables, and pet food. Fresh produce, meats, cheese, and refrigerated donations accepted at the food bank Thursdays from 10 to 2. So again, if you have anything, if you can go to the grocery store and pick up some food for the food bank, they would really, really appreciate it. And it goes to a good cause.
yeah,
I
and
know
it
that-
stays local.
And it stays
It
local.
helps our local.
yeah,
And
community.
I can say that, things have not always been rosy in my life. And there was a time when my kids and I needed to use the food bank.
same.
And there
Same.
it was so frustrating to get peanut butter, tuna fish, and noodles. And you're like, well, what the heck am I supposed to,
The old peanut butter tuna fish noodle casserole.
Exactly. My kids called it casserole surprise. And to this day, they will not let me live that down.
Oh, you
So-
actually put them together.
Well, I'm not exactly, again, it's like, well, you got to make something. So, and I'm not really a cook. A clever person would probably made a peanut sauce of some type. I don't know.
I was going to
Just
say there's
saying.
probably a lot of stuff you could do some Thai dish or something.
Yeah, I'm not that clever.
Yeah, I know right now grocery prices are insane,
Exorbitant,
and
yeah.
they're not going down. It looks like they're going to continue to rise.
Yeah.
But if you're a fortunate person out there that can afford to grab an extra small bag of groceries or something,
Yeah, and
or a
take it
big
over.
bag, grab a few extra, grab that extra,
An extra
Just
loaf
a
of
few
bread,
things, yeah.
An extra thing of milk if you can.
extra head of lettuce or some bell peppers. I'm thinking
Yeah.
I'm thinking fresh produce because that's something that you don't see a lot of in those type of places. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you can take produce, take food down to the food bank, they'll accept it from 10 to 2 when they're open normally. So thank you, community, because I know
Yeah.
you're going to rally and and it's going to be awesome. But share the news that they need food.
And we talked a little bit about planting your garden. As you're planting your garden, maybe plan a little extra section or plan a few extra things, or
Yeah, to be able to donate to the food bank.
I know every time I plant a garden, I never eat half of what I actually end up growing.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah.
Well, and you don't need to go to the grocery store and buy things. You can donate money too, and
Yeah.
then they can purchase the things that they're low on. You know,
Right, which is good.
yeah, which is really good.
Cash is king.
Yep. Okay, then Friday.
Okay.
We have a chamber meeting at 7 a.m. out at the casino. And then you can go to adult pickleball from 9 to 11:30.
That's the hard ball.
Yes, it is.
Now we're playing
For
hardball.
serious people. And then that evening, we have Fired Up Pizza All Ages Karaoke with Cry from 6 to 9. And that's every week. And I don't have anything else on Friday. What do you guys have?
I don't have anything else on Friday.
I don't have
Okay.
anything else either.
All right. So if people have things, they need to let us know,
Yeah.
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
and we need to know before Wednesday, you know, because there's some things that pop up on Facebook or other places that comes on Thursday for the weekend. And I'm going, why didn't I know about you? I could have talked about you on the radio,
Exactly.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then Saturday, of course, we have a little birthday party and concert at the radio station.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yay.
I don't think we've heard about that yet this morning.
Not
have
at
we?
all.
That's right. So 10 a.m. If you don't know, we have a community breakfast. This is free for the community. Come on in, grab yourself some pancakes, sign up to be a member.
Yes.
Yep.
You know, this is free, but the donation jar will be out.
Yes.
And we'll have sign-ups to become a member. You can sign up to be a volunteer. You can also get your tickets for that Nate Ostrander show happening later in the evening.
Yeah.
It's going to be Nate Ostrander is our headliner, Nathan Chartre kicking things off for the evening. They're excited. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
So looking forward to that. And I gotta confirm. I actually saw a news story from another town about this show. With maybe another musical guest. I'm not going to say who it is because I'm not
Nice.
sure that's correct. I haven't heard of this. So
Better
Okay.
contact Nate.
Yeah.
if this is true, then that would actually be really exciting. So, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I know these
And
two are
is it-
collaborating on another project later on. So I'm
Right.
wondering if
They
whoever
mixed 'em
wrote
up.
this might have gotten it mixed up.
Yeah.
So
And that's that day where that weekend where it's going to be so warm.
And sunny. Yeah.
So you can do breakfast, you can go home, work in your yard, and then you can shower and come down for a concert and relax and have a wonderful evening.
oh, you know what? And as we're talking just now,
Yeah?
I'm sorry. No, I was interrupting talking about our own show.
Yeah.
I got a message about a thing that they said they were going to send me and sent it just now. March 7th and 8th at the Colville Ag and Trade Center is the Gem and Mineral Show.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah. So there's going to be a Wheel of Fortune, gold panning, jewelry, fossils. There's going to be food. Again, this is looks like it's very, very tiny.
I can't go. Daniel won't let me go.
I
Oh,
haven't
no.
been in years, but I was always impressed with it.
Right.
Very
Oh, yeah.
fun. Very fun.
I would spend our entire paycheck.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be like, honey.
You just have to have your hands tied behind your back.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously. I just love it.
Oh, there's this free to the public, free to attend, and there's
Yep.
also going to be door prizes 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday. So there you go.
Okay.
Awesome. And just before we move on, I'm planning my day on Friday. So I come here for breakfast, right? And breakfast is
You mean
over like
Saturday?
You mean Saturday.
Oh, on Saturday. Okay, good. Oh, yeah.
Because if you plan that for Friday, the doors are going to be shut.
Yeah, that would be, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't get free breakfast.
No, you
okay,
would
so
not.
it's Saturday.
You could bring me breakfast
All right.
Friday morning.
Perfect. Well, no, because I have ideas. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Got it. All right. Saturday. All right. I'm gonna get my ticket. I have my day. We're good. Okay. Go for it.
What?
Keep-
That's when you're going to go you're going to go either home and work in your garden, or you're going to go, or, you know, your yard, or you're going to go to Colville and see the gem show, and then you're going to come back.
No,
You've
see?
got a full day planned.
On Friday or Saturday?
Saturday.
Yeah, we'll see. On Friday, I'm probably going to head down to Spokane. So I was planning to go. Usually, I go right after the show. But if there was going to be food,
Oh.
I was going to stay for the food. 'Cause,
Oh, yeah.
of
You know,
course.
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, so then I have to be back for the show. So yeah, but it's Saturday, so I'm good. I'm good.
Okay,
It's
okay,
all good.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And then is this the vendor registration for the home and garden show? Do we talk about that?
Yeah.
I'm excited about the garden show. So the vendor registration deadline for the home and garden show is I don't understand what that says. 12 a.m. to 11:59 p.m.
That's probably just by the end. I would say
By the
by
end of
the
the
end
day.
of the day, get your vendor application in if you want to be part of the home and garden show.
Yeah. And the show will be held on March 22nd from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Guest Elementary School.
And this is an annual thing. And if you've been, you get such good ideas. And
Nice.
and lots of times you do get to buy things that are wonderful. But I've just gone and had some wonderful ideas. And,
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's great. And then I believe it's the Lions and the Kiwanis will be cooking hamburgers. And that's kind of fun to buy your lunch there. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, they do that every year. They do a really great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always. Last year I was back there. I think I did a live interview with them on the air as they were
Cooking.
as they were cooking. It was a lot of fun. We had Brian Ross
Yeah.
and I can't remember the other gentleman's name that was out there cooking, but
Yeah.
yeah, we had a good time out there.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. They even let me flip some burgers.
Well,
Nice.
Good. All right. So that wraps up Saturday. Then Sunday, I have on my calendar that daylight savings time begins.
Yay! Finally, we get our
So-
hour of
We
sunlight
get our
back.
hour back, but I'm so
Yeah.
tired of having to switch back and forth.
Yeah. And so that means Saturday night when you get home from the concert, you have to run around and change all your clocks, or else you do
Yep.
it Sunday morning. Because if you go to church Sunday morning and you didn't change your times, you're either going to be early or late. And
What will you be?
I'm not sure.
You will be an hour early
An hour early.
Oh,
because
that
you'll
would be
set your
awful.
clocks ahead.
Yeah.
So yeah, and do those Saturday night, not Saturday morning,
Right.
Because
Yeah, because you don't want to mix up Saturday morning.
And I have this. I'll have the same rule here that I have it like when we have a party at my house or something. If you show up that early for an event, I'm gonna put you to work.
Oh, big time.
Exactly.
Okay. Grab a broom.
Yeah.
This corner's dirty.
Yep. And
Yeah.
then on Sunday is
Blues Jam. Gotta
Blues
go to the
Jam.
Blues Jam.
Dinosaurs from 4 to 7 at
Blues
Fired
Jam,
Up Pizza.
Blues Jam.
Now, I have that Sunday is... That can't be right. The Murder Mystery? When's the Murder Mystery?
Oh, the Murder Mystery's on the 22nd.
22nd. Wow.
The
how did-
same evening as the Home and Garden Show.
Yep.
Whoa. So
Yep.
you can go to the Home and Garden Show and then go to the Murder Mystery. But you
Yeah.
have to get your tickets ahead on that one, I
You do,
believe.
definitely. It's
Yeah.
$50. You can purchase your tickets in person either at Rusty Putter or at the Chamber. And it is a murder mystery dinner. What do they call it? Not catered. It's course. It's multiple courses.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
like a seated dinner.
A seated
Okay.
dinner. So it's going to be really nice. And they have an amazing menu that I can't remember off the top of my head. But yes, the murder mystery, the Vermilion Death. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. and that is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and those who went last year said it was wonderful. So we're expecting it to be wonderful.
Outstanding. That's
Yeah.
gonna be quite the day because I know I'm gonna have a booth, or for the radio station, we're gonna have a booth at the Home and Garden Show,
Ooh.
and then I'll be attending the Murder Mystery
Yes.
Theater later that evening. You know what else happens that night? And this is a little scary to try to throw this into the mix.
Yeah.
It is the opening. It is 50-hour slam.
Oh.
The film competition.
That's
through-
March 22nd also.
That's-
So
that- that-
we're talking ahead, but you got to know these things.
Yeah, that evening, and that's the 50-hour slam. That, of course, is the 50-hour slam committee. With
Announces
with,
what, yeah.
with the help of the pub. What is the PBS station? The TV station in Spokane. I keep
don't
thinking KPBS, but that's a radio station.
I'm going to look it up now.
So, do we have a group from Chihuahua like we've had before that is going to be participating? Do you know?
We have a Facebook group that has been chatting about it, but we don't have any solid plans. I know Joe's really been the only real active one in the conversation lately, but he's in Belize and he's not going to really be doing.
Yeah.
So the Spokane
as
Public
much as he has in
Radio
the
is
past.
KPBX.
Oh, isn't that what I said? KPBX.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's always a fun one, and we've always had representation from Chihuahua,
Right.
and I'm really hoping we can make that happen this year again.
Yeah.
We have to touch bases with the team. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
one thing on the 15th that's not on the calendar that I need to get up on the calendar. Actually, there's it's the full moon dinner up at 49 degrees.
Oh yeah.
And I'm doing a Shamrock Labyrinth for that. And that's another seated dinner. multiple course dinner where you sit down and have a lovely meal. And this time I'm remembering to bring my spikes so I can actually get the lights to stay where I want them. But it will be a shamrock labyrinth. I have wonderful green lights and we have wonderful gifts for everybody in the center of the labyrinth. So it will be a lot of fun.
There's a ShamWow joke in there somewhere.
I'm sure there is. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And that is on the 15th of March.
Awesome.
Okay, so we're going to go on into next week a little bit. Now, I have that Monday, March 10th, besides having adult pickleball, I have that we're back with the Brick Club at the library. Do you know if that's true?
Yes,
Yep.
they are. That is up and going again.
Everything is going. Yep.
From 3:30 to 4:30 on the second Monday, and that Monday is the second Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, it's crazy.
Well, speaking of the library, there was one we missed from this week.
Okay.
And that the tech help at the Chula Library.
Oh, is it back on?
It is back on, but it has moved. It's still on the calendar on Wednesdays, but it has moved to Thursdays. So every Thursday, 3 to 4 p.m. at the Chula Library is tech help.
Oh,
Okay.
good. Okay.
So that's where
That's
you
good to
go, and
know.
a 12-year-old can show you how to use your phone.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. All right.
No, not really.
Okay, and then we just have the regulars until, Tuesday, March 18th is a coffee social at the Chihuahua Senior Center on the first and third Tuesdays, and so that would have happened yesterday, and then it'll come up again. And then the Arts Guild monthly meeting is at 5:30 that evening on Tuesday, the 18th, and all that are interested in the Arts Guild are welcome to come, and that's at the
Cool.
Chihuahua Center for the Arts. And of course, the Spring Home Garden Show, we already talked about that, March 22nd, and April 3rd, Recycled Art Show that's coming up. And Chuck, tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so the Recycled Art Show is going to be artists from all around the area. They're going to be crafting and creating beautiful, amazing works of art out of, recycled materials,
Yeah.
trash,
Yeah.
repurposed items. We're going to have the top and bottom of the Aaron Huff Center filled with artists. There's going to
Nice.
be displays of all the stuff from the Trash Parade Ball. All the people that participated in that will be bringing their costumes back and their items back that they created. In the front of the building that was the former Kathy's Attic that has been under renovation, the whole front of that window is going to be an underwater sea display.
Oh, nice.
There were a couple of pieces that were brought to the Trash Parade Ball from this collection of pieces. A couple of them they're just amazing, like old suitcases.
I was going to say Suitcase Lady.
With Sea Creations. I believe that's Marcy Bravo that's
Oh my
doing
gosh,
those.
those were
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
And this
yeah,
is all in conjunction with First Thursday Art Walk.
exactly. It's going to be a
So it-
really, really good one. So.
And being it's April, it should be warmer. It should be so wonderful downtown. Yeah.
Yeah.
And lighter with daylight savings
It-
time.
Yeah.
Un-
it'll be
unless it's
brighter.
raining, but you know what? Even then, by April, if it's raining, it's usually a little nicer, and you get those
Right.
April showers, and it's still a good night to get out.
And
And
then we skipped ahead in April, but opening night of Moana is on the 28th of March.
Oh yeah,
That's true.
Moana
yes.
Junior,
Yeah,
and oh
yeah.
my gosh, this
Yeah.
is going to be epic. So I am equating it to the Wizard of Oz from last year because the Wizard of Oz was epic. Moana Junior looks just as epic.
Oh,
Oh my
good.
gosh,
Yeah.
I am going to wax poetic about those coconut costumes.
Oh, yeah. They're really cute.
Oh my gosh.
We had fun building them.
The kids made their own faces and they all are
Yeah.
different and they just are the cutest thing I've ever seen. There are grass skirts, there are headpieces,
Yeah.
it's just it's going to be
Amazing.
so vibrant and
Yeah.
amazing and they're
Yeah.
like 72 kids or something.
Yeah. And the singing is phenomenal.
Oh,
They're
good.
practicing and the singing is
And
just
that's
phenomenal.
Janet doing this one, right? Or is it?
Of course,
Jessica
stage time.
Cochran. Jessica Cochran is directing.
Okay,
And
just,
she,
yeah.
she teaches ballet and other dances in Spokane, and
Yeah.
she's coming up to direct this
Very,
during
very
the week.
cool.
Yeah, and she's
Nice.
doing a really good job. The
I know
kids are-
she's a very excellent dancer too.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, yeah.
I'm still the kids programs there, the kids shows they do, the stuff that Janet puts on,
Yeah.
The stage time,
the
yeah.
stage time shows are so incredibly wonderfully over the top.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
are just, I mean,
Well, and besides the acting and the singing, she's got a group of helpers. Like Melissa Keary does her
Outstanding.
set design and does the sets. Chris Carpenter has a lot to do with music, and then she's got 3 or 4 that do choreography for her. So they split up groups and teach different dances and stuff. Janet doesn't do it all her own, but she's gathered wonderful, talented people.
team, yeah.
As a team. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you and Gail doing the costumes.
Yeah.
I mean, just unbelievable. It's just to see what you guys manufacture in that costume room is just stunning. It is so cool.
Yeah, and right now we're walking like this sideways. It's so full.
It's a lot of costume. So I have one question. I know in Moana, the coconuts, they fly in on the lines, on like the zip lines.
We're not flying them.
We're not gonna. I mean, you had flying monkeys.
We did have flying monkeys.
So
but
I'm just-
these coconuts are all little people.
Oh, okay,
You
well,
know-
we probably shouldn't put them on a zip line.
I will say the one time I saw it when I went to see Wizard of Oz last year, which of course absolutely blew my mind.
Everything, yeah.
There were times in that
amazing.
show I was actually starting to well up because it was so true to the original movie on stage being acted out in front of me. I was like, it was very nostalgic. It was it had the right
The
feel. Everything
spinning
was perfect.
house, the flying monkeys.
With the flying monkey, one of the kids that got flown in was like, rah, boom, on the ground. So I don't know if it was just the way they rehearsed it or if that one landing didn't quite get stuck right, but that kid just hit hard.
Yeah. Well, and then Little Women was the same way. If you had the opportunity to see that,
Yeah,
and that
Little
was
Women was
Jessica
amazing.
that directed that, but it was again Melissa that. She has people she gathers too, but she's the set designer. And with Little Women, she got pictures of the original home where
Laura Ingalls?
Yeah.
no,
Wasn't it
No,
Laura
Little
Ingalls?
Women.
no,
No,
not
not
Little Women.
That's
okay.
Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right,
Little
right.
Women is somebody else.
I always
Teresa
equate
May
the two.
Alcott.
Louisa May Alcott.
Alcott, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, and so she did matched colors. So the kitchen
Mm-hmm.
part was the same yellow. She matched so that the wallpaper looked like the wallpaper in the she just
It
is
was
into
amazing.
detail. Yeah.
Wow.
And the
she's-
fact that she was able to create layers of space.
Yes.
So
yes.
they walked between outside the window, outside, and you saw trees, and they were outside. And
Yeah.
the
yeah.
attic room, where Joe goes, was an attic room with its own window, and
Yeah.
the living room came out into the audience. I mean, just incredibly. And of course, she did my Shakespeare sets.
yeah.
Melissa did. She
Yeah.
I
did.
wasn't thinking we should have Melissa come in here and help with the theater in here.
Yeah. Good luck.
Probably would have.
She's being very good
Well,
about
I-
boundaries, so I would say good luck.
I know that she's designing boats right. Whoops.
Sorry about that.
She's designing boats right now because in Moana they're traveling
Oh yeah.
on the
Right.
ocean, and and I had fun designing and making the ocean costumes, so that we're just having so much fun.
Awesome.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so Moana is opening on Friday, the 28th. You can get your tickets at the usual sources at Valley Drug or Acre Drug, or you
Or-
can buy them online as well.
Right.
You go to the homepage of Chihuahua Center for the Arts, and you can click on Moana, the poster, and it will take you to a link to purchase the tickets. That will
where's
be
the
up
link?
there, Jay.
Yeah. Where is that
there.
link?
But yeah,
Uh,
March
yeah.
28th at 7 p.m. and then March 29th at 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And then March 30th at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Admission is $10.
Right. And our
Awesome.
goal is to have tickets always available 2 weeks ahead. So we are a little ahead.
Yeah, we're ahead.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
you talked about the April event, so I figured I
Yeah,
would
exactly.
get this going.
And those kids, they're going to be putting on 3 shows during the daytime on Thursday for area schools. And I've got those 3 shows booked now for about 125 kids coming from different schools. And on Friday, 3 shows during the daytime, and I've got it booked for about 100, 125. We've got schools from Chihuahua and Summit Valley and Inchelium and
Show
all-
them how it's done, kids.
yeah,
That is
and
Show
they
'em how it's
they
done.
bus them in, and
Yeah.
they get a special rate, and they get free popcorn
Yep.
and a water, and anyway, and then they have their Friday night show, and then on Saturday they have 3 shows: 10, 1, and I think it's 1, 10, 1, or is it 10 and 2?
It's 10, 2, and
10,
7.
2,
Always-
and 7.
Always keep your hands at 10 and 2.
Yeah, well,
I
see,
know when
I'm
you're
thinking
driving.
of what time we have to be there.
Yeah.
Call time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and then on Sunday it's at 2 and 7. So those kids put in 3, 4, 5, 6, 12
Tons of
shows.
hours, yeah.
12 shows in
5 days.
5 days. Yeah.
That's
Is that
unbelievable.
amazing?
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
And each one gets better and better and better.
It does. It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. And then something else I see over here at the Chihuahua Center for the Arts. We have an
Yes.
evening of poetry and wine sponsored by the Chihuahua
Arts Guild. Yes.
And that is April 5th at 7 p.m. And that is free.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So go and check that out. So that's also on our list of things. I need to get that up on the calendar as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, lots of stuff going on.
And you know what? It's another heads up from us right here at KCHW. By this weekend, I'm going to have the sign-up forms ready, everything ready to go.
Chihuahua's Got Talent.
For Chihuahua's Got Talent.
Yes.
Yeah. The auditions are going to be the first 2 Saturdays in May,
Okay.
with the final performance and the show, the competition show, happening May 24th.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've got the poster just about done. I'm trying to fit everything on there. Now I'm trying to edit it to get everything still on there, but not make it look
Super busy.
too busy. It's,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a little busy,
Yeah.
so lot to put on there. But yeah, so go ahead and start getting those acts ready. Get yourself prepared because we will have those signups ready. If you have an act that you've already been doing that you want to show, hopefully we'll get enough time to get everybody ready to put something together. If you want to do a new act, we're looking for obviously singers, songwriters, performers of all kind,
like-
magicians. I would love to see a magic act.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
what I really wanted last year and wasn't able to see it.
Yep. And I want to have one of those. You called it a jug band, but I want to
Yeah.
see one where somebody plays the spoon, somebody plays
Right.
the saw.
The saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, somebody plays one of that.
The string with the bass. The
Yeah,
string
yeah,
with the tub.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
the-
of that kind of
I call
stuff.
that a bass BQ.
Oh.
Well, no. Well, a friend of mine used to have a jug band, and he turned the top of a Weber barbecue grill, the lid for it, into a bass guitar.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it was
Yeah.
into a big stand-up bass with
Yeah.
a piece of wood and some old strings.
Yeah,
And,
it's
Yeah.
it in the darn, and you move the
Yeah.
tone by moving the wood.
Yeah.
and he actually electrified it so he could plug it into an amplifier.
That is
And it was
crazy.
unbelievable. They were a great
See,
band.
and I
but-
think some of those are talents that are being lost.
Yeah.
You know, I just, that's something I want to see.
they are, and I'd love to see all kinds of there's
Yeah.
like speed painting. There's
Speed painting.
have you seen that? Have you seen the people?
Yes,
that
I
just-
have.
Yeah.
I have.
I
I
love
think
it.
that's funny.
But I don't care what it is. If it's one of those things that you do that you've never showed anybody that you think to the top of your head, I wonder if this is like I don't think anybody else does this.
Yeah.
I wanna
Come
see
to the,
it.
Yeah. Come to
So
an audition.
Daniel says sometimes they have a spoons player at the jam.
Ooh.
Ooh, there you go.
So Daniel, you tell all those people at the jam every Sunday that they need to turn out for Chihuahua's Got
Chihuahua's
Talent.
Got Talent. Yeah.
Yep.
Daniel, it's squares like me that are the problem.
It was something you were talking about earlier. That's right.
I don't know what it's about, Sometimes the reference is kind of lost on us.
Right?
I'm
Yeah.
such a square. All right.
Yeah.
We are running way late. We're
Yeah.
about
But we're
15
having
minutes behind.
fun.
We are, but we got to thank our sponsors. We got to take a break, listen to a little news,
Okay.
but we'll be right back. We got more stuff to talk about, and some fun stuff coming up later after the show. We're gonna probably do some celebrity birthdays.
Yep.
Yep, hang on out with us. We will be right back. Join us for part 2 of the KCHW Morning Show in just a bit. We'll see you in a few.
It's 8:27.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from
Colville Toyota. Colville Toyota, located at 160 West 3rd Avenue in Colville, offers new and used vehicle sales and service. Vehicle sales is open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with a Toyota Express Maintenance Center open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. More information on Colville Toyota's vehicle inventory and services is available at colvilletoyota.com. A small-town dealership with a big heart.
And by
Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
The Public News Service Joe Newscast, March the 5th, 2025. I'm Mike Clifford. President Donald Trump opened his address to a joint session of the Congress by applauding the swift and unrelenting action taken by his administration in the past 6 weeks, saying his administration was just getting started. That from the New York Times. They report Trump ran through a list of actions he's taken thus far, including renaming the Gulf of Mexico, dismantling diversity programs throughout the federal government, and increasing border security. Trump also mocked Democrats for his ability to evade prosecution. The Times notes the atmosphere was adversarial from the start. Representative Al Green, an 11th-term Democrat from Texas, was ejected after heckling the president. Arkansas colleges and universities are trying to ensure that learning is not disrupted because of executive orders by the Trump administration.
President Donald Trump has rescinded a Biden-era rule barring Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, agents from making arrests on or near school campuses. The Higher Ed Immigration Portal reports that 23,000 students in Arkansas are immigrants or international students. American Federation of Teachers President Randy Weingarten says the union is working to make sure all students feel safe while they pursue their studies.
We have fought for and we will continue to fight for safe, welcoming campus communities with opportunity and dignity for all, where we accept all and we fight for all and we create opportunity for all.
The union suggests schools provide legal and mental health help to those who may be targeted. Trump has made cracking down on illegal immigration a touchstone of the new administration. I'm Frida Ross reporting.
And ever since the Fair Housing Act was established in the year 1968 to make discrimination in housing illegal, nonprofits around the country have helped investigate cases and counsel victims. But the Trump administration has cut federal funding to many of them, including Montana Fair Housing.
The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development sent Montana Fair Housing Executive Director Pam Bean a termination notice for a $425,000 annual grant that Bean says makes up 83% of the organization's funding.
We had no notice, nothing. And the letter indicated our grant no longer met the goals and priorities of the organization.
The letter, dated February 27th, states the termination is effective immediately and is at the direction of the Department of Government Efficiency, Elon Musk's government cost-slashing program. This comes weeks after HUD laid off hundreds of employees. Many are bracing for further cuts. I'm Kathleen Shannon.
According to the National Fair Housing Alliance, there were more than 33,000 reported complaints of housing discrimination in the U.S. in 2023. This is Public News Service. Next to South Dakota, where a Senate committee considers several bills today that would overhaul rules for getting citizen-led measures on the ballot.
Republican lawmakers want stricter requirements for ballot questions when South Dakota residents or affiliated organizations seek things like a constitutional amendment. One bill calls for raising the approval threshold to 60% of the vote when a measure gets onto the ballot. Stacey Roberts with Dakota Rural Action says this attempt appears to undermine voters' intelligence.
They're basically telling the population of South Dakota that they don't know what they're voting for, and I think that's very untrue.
Whether it's signing a petition or deciding a ballot measure on Election Day, Roberts feels voters are well informed. She likens these bills to sour grapes following the success of recent initiatives like Medicaid expansion. Bill sponsors say the ballots have been cluttered with too many citizen-led initiatives and that higher standards are needed for constitutional changes. I'm Mike Moen.
And environmental groups are voicing concerns about plans to build the nation's first small modular reactors, or SMRs, at the Palisades nuclear plant in Covert Township, Michigan.
Holtec International says it aims to revive Palisades later this year after it was decommissioned in 2022 and in 5 years install the nation's first SMRs. Critics warn the reactors would still produce radioactive waste without long-term disposal solutions and pose accidental risk like leaks and meltdowns. Michael Keegan with the grassroots group Don't Waste Michigan says about 80 companies are competing to market their SMRs, which he argues aren't really small nuclear reactors.
A colleague of mine refers to them as small mythical reactors because they don't exist. They're PowerPoint reactors. It's hyperbole, and they're all chasing Department of Energy money. We're talking billions of dollars.
Crystal Blair reporting.
And finally, bad air quality days are a heightened concern as ozone season begins in North Carolina.
Ozone season in the state lasts from March through October, when hot weather increases the prevalence of ground-level ozone. Education manager for Clean Air NC, Rafaela Vaca, says there are health impacts from poor ozone days.
Symptoms like shortness of breath, coughing, and throat irritation as short-term impacts, but over time it can cause inflamed airways and worsen conditions like asthma, bronchitis, emphysema, and also increase your susceptibility to lung infections.
Ground-level ozone forms from chemical reactions between nitrogen oxides and organic compounds emitted from car exhaust, aerosol, and manufacturing facilities. I'm Eric Tegedoff reporting.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Heard on interesting radio stations, your favorite podcast platform. Find our content and trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
KCHW 102.7. We make it so easy to listen to Northern Lights Public Radio. Of course, in your car. Online through our websites at kchw.org or northernlightspublicradio.com. We're on your smartphone, too. Use the Radio Deck or TuneIn app. And now we're even on Amazon. If you've got the new Amazon Echo with the Alexa app, just say, "Alexa, play KCHW," and boom, you're there. We're mixing it up. Old school radio or new modern technology. It's always KCHW 102.7.
Sing it, Sharon. Sing it.
La 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 la. It makes you want to have drumsticks in your hand.
Oh my gosh, so much. We have drumsticks in here
All
somewhere.
right now. Come on, boy. Yeah.
Haven't been on a horse in years. Really.
Right?
Used to ride a bit as a teenager.
I was on one last week, and they asked me to get off, and I'm like, I already put my quarter in.
Oh, that was terrible.
I said, you're too big to ride this ride. I didn't agree with him. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. You know, I there was something, our intro and outro music done by a guy named Scott Holmes, who puts out public use music. We have a whole selection of the Scott Holmes music. We've got the intro to our news that plays, is a Scott Holmes song. He does songs for stuff like that, for radio stuff. Come to find out, he's actually copyrighted his songs now. So every day we do the morning show, we get a copyright violation notice after years.
No.
10, 12, I think the entire time Scott's been doing this radio show, he's used that same song.
Wow.
For the morning show. So all 14 years of KCHW, been using that same song, and just in the last few months, all of a sudden we're getting copyright violations for that intro music. Well, that's not copyright violations. Facebook doesn't do that. They do revenue sharing.
Oh,
so
sure.
the 2 cents a month we make off of all of our videos gets shared now with Scott Holmes. So you're welcome for that. About 3 cents a month you get, Scott.
Too funny.
That is.
I was gonna say we have lots of musicians. We can have somebody create new intro music for you.
Yeah. That's the thought, and we've talked too about doing some promos for some other stuff and having some local musicians.
I mean, it's not like we don't know people. We know
I know,
people,
right?
Chuck. We know people.
I don't mean to brag, but we're kind of a big deal. My office smells of rich brown carpet on the walls. Yeah.
You know what? I totally forgot. Today is Cinco de Marzo.
Cinco de Mar.
It's Cinco de Marzo.
Is that a thing?
What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up.
What on earth?
That is ridiculous.
It's on our important days today, so now I have to look it up.
And it's the very first one.
Oh, it's a 12. Oh my goodness! I don't know if we can endorse this. It's a 12-day drinking celebration that leads up to St. Patrick's Day.
Oh,
it's
my
time
goodness.
to prepare the liver for the holiday, which is known for drinking.
You know what's funny? As I was going to say earlier
I
when
think
we were
that's disgusting.
we were talking about all the stuff going on around downtown, and all the things you can go do here. And I was thinking in the back of my head that it's kind of nice we have all this stuff to do that's not centered around alcohol. And then you go and bring this up.
I know. Okay, well, today is also Multiple Personality Day. So I feel like that is a very good day as well. Don't you think so? Yes, I do think so.
I mean, one of me does, at least.
And then for all of the families with small children, today is Potty Dance Day.
I thought you skipped Absinthe Day. I thought you were going for other people with small children.
No, I'm doing some selective editing here.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
All right, we have to find out the history of this one. National Potty Dance Day is celebrated on March 5th every year, and it's all about the movements people make when they need to use the bathroom.
And look at those pictures. Aren't they funny?
I thought maybe today was the day the potty dance was invented.
Right? Oh my, that is hysterical. Okay, so everybody today, you need to make a special effort to do your very own potty dance.
What is this word? Absinthe.
Absinthe is an alcoholic drink. And it's
okay.
the green fairy. It's you put it on a spoon and you heat it, right?
No, you put it on a spoon you pour it slowly over a sugar cube.
Over a sugar cube, that's right.
Over a sugar cube through a strainer, and then there's a bunch and it comes from the bark of a specific tree, I believe, or at least true absinthe does.
Because it looks like it should be abstinence, like it's the root word of that.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I think, I think, what is, and I think real absinthe, it was illegal for a long time, or is still illegal, and that's why there's a
it is
different,
illegal.
Yeah, there's a different formula that is sold now under the name absinthe.
So absinthe is an anise-flavored spirit, so it'll be like licorice, derived from several plants, including the flowers and leaves of Artemisia absinthium, together with green anise, sweet fennel, and other medicinal and culinary herbs.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
I've tried it before. Not a fan.
Yeah,
it's kind of like herbal flavored rubbing alcohol.
Ew.
Not a fan. I don't know. Maybe I was doing it wrong. Maybe I'm just not great. I don't like anise either.
Oh, that would be a big one.
Black licorice. I can't do it.
Oh, I love it. Love it. So it's prohibited in the United States as it contains the compound, how would you say that? Thujone?
Yeah, probably.
A powerful psychedelic and carcinogenic whose effect on the body have been likened to that of LSD, methamphetamine, and marijuana in addition to alcohol.
Wow.
Pretty strong stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of hits all the bases there, doesn't it?
Yeah. So we're going to go into more fun things.
Yeah,
right. Like the Potty Dance Day and Sportsmanship Day. Be a good sportsman.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Peace Corps Day.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Unique Names Day.
Oh, my goodness. That
Right?
could get you into all kinds of things.
Have you ever known somebody
Right?
who was in the Peace Corps?
Yes.
I've never heard anybody do it that say, "Oh man, I wish I hadn't." Everybody that comes back from doing the Peace Corps, every one of them, most amazing thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Everyone should do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if I have the guts to go do it because people do some wild stuff in the Peace Corps and go to crazy places, and I just don't know if I have the stomach for that.
I think it's all immersive and you get into it.
Yeah. I had friends who said that every high school senior, when he graduates, should either have to go into military, Peace Corps, or serve a mission.
Some kind of community service.
In another part of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Because they'd come back and they'd be so grateful for America.
Yeah, I briefly considered doing the Peace Corps,
I don't
but
know if that would be
it was very
said
brief.
right now.
You're right. Wow.
You don't know if what?
So I have to preface this with saying I am fiercely patriotic, okay?
Okay.
I'm born and raised in Texas. I believe in the American spirit. Right now, with everything going on,
Oh, yeah, no,
I
I'm
don't
not-
know that people would come back and be like, because so many parts of the world have free health care.
Right, right.
So many parts of the world are focused on community
Yeah, but
and,
this was
and
30
you know,
years ago.
right? So
The rest of the world is moving forward.
think,
We're
yeah.
moving backward.
Yeah.
I think parts of the United States are, kind of questionable. But again, here, this community, everybody really turns out for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I love that about Chihuahua.
Yeah.
And I think everybody, I agree with you, should go out and see the rest of the world because it gives you a different perspective.
Well, and
Yeah,
and you look at Chihuahua, and there's lots of people that have gone out, made some money, got an education, and then
come
they want to
back.
come back to
Yeah.
Chihuahua because this is where they want to raise their family.
Yeah, yeah.
Or want
'cause
to retire. Either
Exactly,
one.
because it's a beautiful area. There's
Yeah.
wonderful things offered here. Again, the community steps up and supports each other.
Yeah.
I love it.
But-
I love it.
And I do agree that traveling is really important to sort of expand your worldview, learn about other
Yeah.
cultures.
Yeah.
I've just traveled mostly in the United States, some in Canada, but just traveling. We spent 4 years traveling full time.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
man, what an eye opener it is to see different walks of life,
Yes.
even in our own country,
Even
just
in
to
our
see
own
how other
country,
people
yes.
live.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
see the people that you see them however they're portrayed in media or TV, and come to find out, none of that's true. It's all.
Well, there's parts of the world that think we still are cowboys and Indians.
Right, right.
You know.
So yeah,
Yeah.
get
And
out there,
so-
explore, meet people, and that's
Yeah,
that's the best way to
exactly.
really sort of
Yeah.
expand your views and,
Yeah.
And just see this beautiful country.
discover who people really are. Not what you see on
looking
TV.
at our national parks that are being threatened right now
Mhm.
with being taken over by, gas and oil industry.
Mhm.
Our national parks are such a treasure.
Yes,
they are such
absolutely.
a treasure. You go and you drive and you see, of course, everybody hears about Yellowstone and Yosemite and Banff and all these, but these little national parks. John Day National Park, the White Sands Missile Range, the White Sands National Park. All of these smaller, Theodore Roosevelt National Park was a surprise that I didn't expect to find. That's over
Yeah.
in North Dakota, I think. Just go out and explore this beautiful country and see, because the landscape the United States offers.
Right.
You have the Badlands of South Dakota, where you just feel like you're on another planet. You have Craters of the Moon National Park, where the astronauts train to go to the moon because it's all volcanic
Right, and that's
rock.
just in Idaho, and that's not very far away.
Not very far
Right,
away at
right.
all.
Yeah.
We have the Niagara Falls of the West Coast over in Idaho as well. And we have Palouse here, that is close by. I mean, there's so many amazing, amazing, amazing sights to see in the United States. Our beautiful redwoods, our beautiful sequoias, King National Park, right there with Sequoia National Park. I mean, it's just...
Yeah.
Go see this beautiful country. If you don't want to go overseas, go explore the United States, because it
Well,
is just
yeah.
stunning.
And if you have a paper map, which people don't have anymore,
No,
but
take your
you
paper
could,
map. Yeah.
you could put a pin in Chihuahua, and you could draw a circle of 50 miles and then a 100 miles circle,
Yeah.
and you'd be surprised how many things you could see on day trips
Yes.
Yeah.
just from Chihuahua that you probably haven't seen.
Yeah.
You know? You
Yeah.
go over to Republic, and some wonderful stuff over there. They're
Right.
just, yeah.
You talk about bringing a paper map with you. I rely way too much on technology, but when we travel, I don't travel without
The paper
an
map.
atlas.
You got to have a
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
you have
we-
to get the trucker's atlas now, because
Right.
now the atlases assume that you have your phone. And they're not as
Oh.
detailed. So you either
Oh.
get an old atlas and try to make sure you find the updated roads,
Yeah.
or you get the trucker's atlas that still has all of the pertinent information and all the by roads.
That's good to know.
Yes,
That is good to know.
Because the atlas, remember the old atlases, it would say, hey, go see the giant ball of twine, right?
Yeah, yeah.
There's nobody who has not driven across on, 80 going to Nebraska, that you have not seen the Corn Palace, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
And the giant ball of twine. Right? And those are things that were all on the original atlases, but they're not necessarily on the new ones unless you download the app and you put in, let me know of special things off
Right,
the
right.
interstate.
Which there's still a lot of areas in our country
yes.
where if you're relying on those phones, if you're driving,
They have no signal.
you're going to get
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
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 Well, we're AAA members, and we used to be able to get, we used to be able to get free books, and we haven't done that kind of traveling, so I don't know if they still have them available.
I
but
don't
they
know.
were so
the
fun.
old like 2-inch thick Rand McNally
Yes.
atlas that we'd have.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
always keep that thing under the seat. I think it's under my seat right now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's either that or it's somewhere, somewhere in my bedroom, probably in a box or something. I don't know.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel says Crystal Falls. Crystal Falls isn't that far away. Gardner Caves isn't that far away. You can do little day trips, and some of them are free.
Yeah.
You don't have to spend a lot of money. We've got wonderful sites like you're talking about.
Yeah, just right here, the ancient cedars. I mean, there's wonderful things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love them and the maps. So I love. You got me on a tangent now. the old 2-lane highways. So before the interstate system was built, you went across the country on the old 2-lane highways.
Yep.
Yeah.
So a lot of the 2-lane highways got bypassed when the interstate systems were put in place.
Yep.
And so you could go across the country much faster, at higher speeds. But you get off the interstate and you find these old highways. Old 66 is famous, of course.
Yep.
But 99, 35 it follows the Oregon Trail for most of the country, going across the country from Oregon going east.
Yeah.
Go on these old 2-lane highways.
I love when we're on the west side of the state. If we have the choice between the interstate and the highway, the 101.
Yeah.
I take the 101 every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? And some of it's really great to get off some of those back roads back there and go traveling through the woods and.
Right, and
it's
actually,
gorgeous.
Washington State. See, I've driven all these roads. Washington State is interesting because you have 101 that goes in two directions. Well, I mean, obviously they always go in two directions, but it's interesting because you have the. Sorry,
that is so funny. I didn't get it until you said that.
I was like,
it goes both ways, north and south.
But it goes. So you have this weird jaunt of 101 when you're going around the Olympic Peninsula, right on the coastline. And 101 is like the wrong direction. The signs will say a different. It's weird. I'm describing it very badly.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, and for people who do, if you want to go drive the 101 over on the Olympic Peninsula and go through Forks and go to Nia Bay and go to these wonderful areas, be aware that Washington's coastline is not like Oregon's coastline or California's coastline in that you don't see the ocean.
Yeah.
We have our beautiful timber. We have our beautiful woods.
Yeah.
And so you drive these wonderful winding roads at 25 miles an hour, and you don't see anything but trees.
Yeah.
Until you find a little opening. There'll be like a little opening in the trees and a little dirt, road, and you drive in there, and that will take you to a beach, a beautiful, flat, hard-packed beach.
Wow.
Well, there's lots of times, especially like traveling with a big RV behind us. I love the chance to get off the main highways because it's stressful going 75 miles an hour.
Yes, absolutely.
With a 40-foot RV behind you and and packed traffic, and especially if we're going to be in higher population areas. Man, we would always look for the side roads.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get yourself in situations that are a little sticky, but
Yeah.
But for the most part, you travel a little slower, and it's really about the journey anyway. So.
Oh my gosh! You see so much. Daniel always had a USGS map, and that is true. He had a wonderful GPS, and it was such an iconic part of our relationship because he always had that and had downloaded the maps for whatever region we were in. And so if we got lost or stuck or there was an accident or something, he would just be like, well, let me see what other roads I can find. And
nice.
Not on the phone, but on his actual GSPS map. So we still have that, and that saved us. Okay, I promise I'm not going to keep talking forever.
Yeah,
but
let's move on.
It's time to go on.
No, it's not, because this is just weird trivia stuff. I mean, Poutine Day, who wants to hear about Poutine Day?
So tell me, being old and not knowing... My brain is dead right now. What is that?
Chuck?
Poutine is a delicious Canadian dish that is usually French fries covered in melted cheese and then gravy.
We talked about this one day, didn't we?
I think that's what it is, right? Yeah.
Cheese curds and gravy, yeah.
Yeah, it's French fries, cheese curds, and gravy. And you know what? It is a lot of Americans, have a lot of bad stuff to say about poutine. I'm all for it. I think it's delicious. It is not a health food.
No, it doesn't look like it.
It's not something you'd want to eat every day because it is. I mean, it seems like something you'd see in the South. Just put gravy on it, y'all. You're good. But it's delicious stuff.
All right, Daniel has saved me. He says US 101 in Washington State on the peninsula has north, south, east, west, and interior plus exterior sides of the peninsula. So it's weird. So it's not like the East Coast where when you get out of Washington or out of the peninsula and you're down on the mainland. Where it's just north or south. So you never know which way you're going on 101 on the peninsula because you're like, well, am I east, west, north, south? It's different.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Daniel.
Yeah.
Validated. Thank you, babe.
Now, what was our last one? Did we have our last one?
The last one is Real Film Day, REEL, not real as opposed to fake, but real as in the old real film.
Yeah, so those reels.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
so
old films.
Let's see, it's observed every year on March 5th.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, I'm trying to find some more information about
Nope,
it here.
I pulled it up here.
Okay, you got it. Tell us
Real
about
Film Day, every day on March 5th, celebrated in the United States. Celebrated with U.S. film screenings and showcase events organized by independent cinemas across the country. Award shows, trailer launches, movie releases, premieres, parties, and other social events will be hosted by many from the American film industry. Film fans can enjoy this day by watching as many of these events will be open to the public or televised, or simply enjoying their favorite classics with friends and discovering fun trivia surrounding them.
Very cool.
Real Film Day is celebrated by cinephiles. I had to say that word. And just about anyone who enjoys a good movie.
Huh.
Huh.
There you go.
There you go.
There's a day for everything. You
There
know
is,
that.
yeah.
And there's also, for every day, there's a number for that day. Do you want,
really?
Do you want to tell us the number for the day, Sharon?
It's 60.
What
What
is
do you
that?
think that is?
Well, I'm looking at it in front of me, but I want you to tell me.
It says it's the percentage of high school graduates who still live in their home state.
That's really high.
That seems really high. I would have
Yeah.
thought it. I thought it would have. I would have thought it'd been much lower than that.
Me
Really?
too.
60%?
Well, yeah, because
Of
they're going to go
graduates?
to college and they're going to, they graduate and they leave, or they're going to get away from their families, or...
Yeah, but a lot of them go to state schools because they're cheaper than going to an
Yeah.
out-of-state school.
That's true.
You know? Or a lot of them, Chihuahua people go to Spokane. You know?
Right? That's like another country right there.
I guess I grew up in a state where people spend most of their childhoods waiting to leave.
Oh, yeah.
It's beautiful, but it kind of feels
Isolated?
isolated. I was gonna say prison, but isolated is a much kinder word.
Yeah.
It's hard to get out, and you can't get around much. I mean, there's a lot of space travel within the state, but it's a hard state to leave because the expenses and the
You're
logistics.
kind of out
and,
there.
Yeah. It's a.
Yeah.
I think when we left, and of course we moved there when I was about 11. I'm from Washington State. I was born in the Tri-Cities. Have fond memories of being in the Tri-Cities, but yeah, growing up in Alaska, it costs us, just for the logistics part of moving out of Alaska, like just the physical cost of moving, not counting new places, deposits, any
Rents
of that
and
stuff.
yeah.
About $15,000 just to get our stuff from
Wow.
one place to the other.
Wow.
And get out, and and we drove, but flying was the cheaper option than flying, or
Yeah.
and we tried doing the barges, but the barges, when you have an RV and a trailer, and it gets really
Yeah,
expensive.
because they charge you by axle or something. That's how...
Yeah.
I know when we had our rig, it was always like, how many... And we were lucky because our RV was short, so we still only had the 2 axles.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, and when we left, we had a 12-foot slide-in camper
Mhm.
with one of those Stinger like a big, this crazy hitch setup, and this big long 4-foot extension behind that.
Oh my
That we
gosh.
then had a trailer with all of our stuff on it. So
You were super long.
So we were kind of like Beverly Hillbilly in it all the way
Mhm.
to Tennessee, like going down the road, everything bouncing up and down. It was
That's
quite,
you as an adult, not you as a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of. I mean, we spent a lot of money on our system to make that all safe. We actually
Right.
left our house and made it about 5 miles before we realized the trailer we bought was a pretty good sized V-nose trailer, but with a single axle, and we got that one because it was cheap.
Uh-oh.
And then we realized, we really should have spent the extra money and got the double axle. So we had to stop for about a week.
And have them
and-
solder a...
Yeah, we had they welded on
Welded
a second.
yeah.
And they had to
Wow.
replace all the cowlings and all the wheel wells and stuff. It was quite the experience. They had to
Yeah.
modify the whole trailer with all of our stuff inside.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Well.
right, yeah, we're still blabbing along here.
Yeah.
It's not 9. We have time.
We still got
that's
time.
right.
So, when we were on our trip in Nebraska, going back to our maps,
Yeah.
just saying, I accidentally turned off the GPS thing that says stay off. I turned it on, stay off interstates. And so we were going from Denver to northeastern Nebraska. and it routed us on every single side, byway, highway, Bob's Road. I mean, we were so lost. I will never
I love
forget.
Bob's Road.
Usually I do too. But a trip that was only 8 hours, at 12 hours, we were still nowhere close to where we were supposed to be. And I will never forget going into this gas station. It's dark. We're tired. We've been driving all day. We should have been there already. And I walk in and I go into the gas station, and this lady with the beehive, I was like, whoa. And I say, hey, how far is it to get to this destination? And she looked at me. Oh, honey, you're lost. Shaking her head. I'm like, oh, no. She called her husband over. Bill, come over here with the map. You know, but we got
that.
Oh, gosh, right?
That are you can't get there from here.
Yeah, exactly. That's the main. That's the right. And so it was so funny because our GPSs totally had no signal. And so we were trying to follow these directions because my dad was like, where the heck are you? Right? Because we were going to see him. And if Daniel had not had that GSPS map, that he already had the roads on it, we never would have gotten out of the heart of Nebraska. I mean, we were like in mid-Nebraska. We were like, people don't go Nebraska. We were we were like there on Bob's Road. Beautiful, but
You know, it's funny because I still remember the name of the road. One of the most harrowing, horrible experiences we had in our entire travels was on Bob's Road.
Oh, no.
And I don't even remember what state it is. I just remember the name of the road because I'll never forget the name of that road. We had taken a wrong turn or something. We needed to turn around. And so we look at the map.
Right.
And there's this Bob's Road, and it's a horseshoe. It's like a little. I'm like, okay, and it was
perfect. Yeah.
It was only a couple hundred yards, to the end of the road, and then it, made a horseshoe and came back around. It looked like a really tight horseshoe.
Right.
Like really, really tight, almost like like just a straight 90-degree turn, about the width of the road.
Wow.
So we're like, but yeah, we can do that. We can figure that out. So we turn on Bob's Road, a very narrow road, and then Bob's Road dove like a 45-degree angle straight downhill into the tightest hairpin turn I've ever seen in my life, and went straight back up the hill.
Oh my gosh.
And it had been, I think we were somewhere in like Alabama or, somewhere in one of the deep South states, and it had been raining a lot.
No.
And
so it was all mud and slippery.
We slid backwards down Bob's Road back to that 90-degree hairpin turn.
Oh my.
And we had to, we got to the point to where, because then there was the steep hill went right up to the highway.
Right.
So, and there was nowhere we could stop and wait for traffic. Luckily, it wasn't very busy.
Right.
But our only option then, because that's why we slid back down, because I got up to the top and I stopped, and the trailer weight just pulled us right back down the hill, down the mud. So my only option was just to floor it.
And hit that freeway.
And hit the freeway as fast as we could without pulling a Dukes of Hazzard onto the highway and catching air, and just hoping and praying
nobody was there,
that nobody was coming, because that was the only way we were getting back on the highway, was just to gun it and get that thing going as fast as we could uphill. Wow. Absolutely, in 4-wheel drive, absolutely terrifying.
But we don't want our listeners to think that they shouldn't be traveling, because now is the time to think about your spring trips.
Yeah.
But no, I got a great story from it. So
that's right.
No regrets. No regrets.
And he had like a crazy hitch situation too.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, that was different. That was later. That was when because we drove, and then years later we traveled full time. So
okay, I'm just saying, Chuck, because I know.
This was with a 40-foot fifth wheel behind us. So.
But you should be thinking about these spring trips. Yes. Like you've taken a couple already this spring.
Yeah.
You should be cooking up a lunch and putting it in the car and just take off.
Take off.
Even
go explore.
A day trip,
Yeah, even if you do we would sometimes do okay, we're at a road. Which way do we go? It's your turn to pick. Right. Okay, we're going right. We're not at the road. Your turn to pick. Those kind of just around
your dice with you.
Stevens County.
Just around here.
Odds are right, evens are left, whatever.
What is it? Cotton Road over there?
Cottonwood.
Wood Road, yeah. I had an adventure over here on Cotton Creek, Road. Cottonwood Creek Road. And the most beautiful views of Quartzsite Mountain are on that road. And I ended up on, I don't know, somebody else's road that I went up, dirt road. And there was logging, and there were houses and gorgeous views and vistas. And wonderful shot of downtown Chewelah.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
all of downtown Chewelah, just perfectly. You see the beautiful little town in the valley. I have no idea where I was, and I continued in my little electric car until I realized I couldn't go any further.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We
You
used
know?
to have a little Volkswagen that would be like that. and
Yeah.
We would take, put the kids in, take a picnic lunch, and take off.
Let's just go explore it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was cool. So, I
Yeah.
mean, I have to take Daniel there because I know he would love it. But yeah, that was like a side jaunt just around here. Just, what's around here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
And you can be in the wilderness in 5 minutes from Chewelah.
5 minutes. Yeah.
Yes.
Totally.
Anyway, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Easily
Yeah.
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 So, with all that said, we are out of time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to
We
get
did
going.
a good job filling up our time.
We really did.
Good job, team. Head back to base. No, thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you guys so much for listening out there. Don't forget, you can stay tuned right here tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. with Music for the Mountain. 8 to 10 p.m., we have Dirt Road Blues with our very own Dirt Road Doug McQuain live right here in the studio. Then from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m., we have Planetary Radio, Sea Change Radio, Echo Shock, Total, and Earth Date. So once again, thank you guys for hanging out.
Yeah.
Don't forget, this weekend right here at KCHW, free breakfast, 10 a.m. And one thing I forgot to mention entirely,
Oh, my gosh.
we have 2 one-day lift ticket passes that we're going to be giving away as door prizes during breakfast. Yeah. I completely forgot to talk about that. But yeah. So we've got a couple of lift tickets. There's still plenty of time out there to get on the mountain.
It's gorgeous up there.
It is absolutely gorgeous. It's a good time of the year to get up and go skiing. So yeah, we're gonna be giving those away to
Too lucky
two lucky. We're gonna give away as single tickets.
Yeah.
And you know what happens when you give away a single ticket? That means if you want to go with someone else, you're gonna have to buy another ticket.
Right? Or you guys go to whoever wins the other ticket. You go together.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I keep having to wake up my mouse by clicking it, and I still have.
Stay away.
It's on the last thing
Oh
I
my
clicked.
gosh.
So
Okay.
all right, everybody, we're gonna get out of here. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the KCHW Morning Show right here on KCHW 102.7, your Northern Lights Public Radio.
Have a great day. Hi, Annie.
Bye.
Hi, who?
Annie. I told her she listens to us every week, and so I said I would say hi.
Hi, Annie. I will definitely miss Annie, but the new woman taking her place, I met her the other day.
Seems very nice.
Absolutely lovely.
Yeah, she's very nice.
Lovely.
Although
So-
she did not understand my enthusiasm, and I'm like, hi, it's Paula. She's like, who's this crazy lady?
I love going into our local establishments and hearing the radio. I mean, I hear it in my car, and I go into Valley Drug, and there it is. Or I go into the dentist or whatever, and there we are.
Awesome.
I love it. I love it.
Bye, everybody.
Run, everybody. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day.
Have a good day.
It's 9:06.